I was sitting in a cool little cafe near the hotel where I'm staying in Gaborone. It's a nice spot. This whole city is in much better shape than most African capitals. So thank you very much. That looks fantastic.
Enjoy.
Yeah, beautiful. It's my berry and coconut slushy. Something else in it too, but I can't remember what it was. This place is much more. The infrastructure is in a lot better state than most African cities. Much better than any in Zimbabwe or Zambia, for sure. I've just had a bit of a 24 hours because I got to the airport. Well, I went to the wrong airport firstly in Bulawayo, so Rachel had to take me about 20 k's in the other direction. I got to the airport and she ran off to head home. She's home safely back in Kwekwe, which is about 3.5 hours north of Bulawayo. But when I got to the airport, it was closed, and I'm thinking, international airports generally aren't closed. And I said that to the security guy. I said, "What do you mean it's closed?" He said, "It's closed till 3 o'clock." So I sat outside for 3/4 of an hour. And then at 3 o'clock I went over to him and I said, "Are you serious? What about the people that need to go to the toilet? There's like a crowd out there now. You're just locking it for no reason. The seat's inside, let people in." So he went away. And then they came back about 5 minutes later. They set their COVID stand up and they let everybody in. So we were sitting inside. We had nowhere else to go, but everything's shut in there. All the bars, restaurants, everything was shut. God, that tastes good. So I sat there for about 5 or 10 minutes and then check-in opened. So I went to check-in, checked my bags in. Yeah, all went well. Headed towards immigration and they weren't ready. So we sat down for another half hour waiting for immigration. They were there, they just didn't want to do anything yet. So then eventually immigration came in, went through, no problems, all good. Had a few beers waiting in the gate. There was a little bar in there that was open. That was the only thing in the whole airport that was open. So got on the flight, nice little plane. Bashed my head about 6 times because you need to be short. It's clearly it was a French plane. Can't remember what kind. Bashed my head about 6 times as I was getting on. Flight was quick, comfortable. Arrived in. I tried to get my luggage because I thought I was going into a transit hotel. And they're going, "Oh, we don't know how to do that." So I ended up going through immigration. Couldn't find the transit hotel. Finally went out, rang the hotel I booked into, which I thought was a transit hotel. And the transit hotel's been closed. So I had to go to the bus station and wait for the shuttle to come and get me. So I ended up getting there about 8 o'clock. So I had a feed and went to bed because I had to get up at 4. I arranged that with reception, that the shuttle's going at 4:45, no worries, blah blah blah. So no worries. So I set my alarm, got downstairs. There's no driver for the shuttle. It doesn't start till 5:30 apparently. So I'm talking to the reception guy and I said, "What am I going to do? I'm going to miss my bloody plane." "Thank you." What's this one? Ooh. Looks hot, right? Looks hot, right? So, yeah, but some random rocked up and he got him to drive me there. So I got to the airport in plenty of time. Did my stuff. Forms were fine. Went through. Everything was fine. No problems. Got there an hour before boarding. Watched some Big Bang Theory for a while, and then I got on my flight. And the next plane was exactly the same. I cracked my head a couple of times because it's like you got to duck down. They gave us some water and some food on that one, which was a bonus. But again, it was quick, and I was there was only one stewardess, so I was going to be like helping if the plane crashed. So that would have been a lot of use to anyone because I probably would have jumped out first. So there, after that, I arrive in the airport here, and it's a COVID test again. So this is like the 45th COVID test. I passed them all. I'm negative again. So clearly I'm immune. I say that. I shouldn't say it because I'll catch it in the next 5 minutes. I pre-arranged the driver to take me out to this place on the edge of town. This backpacker place. And when I arrived there, it took me ages to get there. When I arrived there, I paid this guy too much. They recommended him, but clearly they're in on it together. So I got out of this place, and it's like $50 or $60 a night for a room with no bathroom, and it's self-catering. So I didn't care. I would have stayed there because I was planning to go by road out of here, but it was self-catering. So there's no shops for miles. Literally 10 kilometres away to the closest shops. And I'm thinking, well, what the fuck am I doing here? So I said, you misled me and brought me all the way out here. So I said, can you please call a taxi? He called a taxi, and I was like half the price of what I paid to get out there, so I wasn't happy. So now I'm in a nicer hotel, and I managed to get like the cheapy room that was, they randomly put them out there. It was like a third of the price of some of the other rooms in the place. It's got a big pool and, blah, 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 which I never used to do anyway. So now I'm here. I'm talking to a guy about doing a road trip north, but it's like 1,000 kilometres to the first location or destination. It's like, well, it's not 1,000 kilometres, it's 10 hours, so it might as well be 1,000 kilometres, 600 k's or something. So what I might do is fly up to Kasane, fly down to Morn, because it's the same flight basically, but going in a different direction. And from Morn it's only like 260 k's to this Central Kalahari National Park, where you've got meerkats and wild painted dogs and black maned lions, so I think I'll do it that way. And then from there, I might be able to get the same driver and keep going through to the Namib border, but I'm just going to work that out when I get to Morn. I was talking to a guy here, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to go back to my room when I get my room. I'm waiting on them to give me a room, and I'm going to book a flight today. So there's nothing in Gaborone in this city, or Gabs as they call it, to do. So I'm just going to chill out today. And I'll fly out on the 14th, which is 2 days away. So the day after tomorrow, I'll just have a look around town, go for a wander, see what's here. So that's it. Everything's going to plan. I'm still negative, which is, seriously, I don't know how anyone catches this disease. I just flirt from country to country, and I ain't getting nothing. Anyway, that's it for today. And hopefully in a couple of days I'll be on the road.